Hey everyone, welcome to the final round of the women's quiz. We'll be starting in a very short while, probably by 6:20. So just wait around for a bit and congratulations on qualifying. Hey guys, sorry about that delay. Welcome to the final round of Q Factor Women's Quiz. Just to make sure everyone's here, just if all your team members are here, just mention on the chat. So just if your team one and all your members are here, just mention team one is here. Also, please switch on your videos and preferably try to keep your hands above the frame. Teams 1, 2, and 3, are you guys here? Please mention on the chat.
We're waiting for one team member to join, but we have at least.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's okay. That's okay. Just mention it. If that is, if you guys are ready to go, let's start.
I mean, yeah, we are ready to go. Like this.
Team 2 and 3. A lot of teams actually. Okay, I think we're good to go. All the teams are here. Yes. I can't see team 3. If team 3 can confirm, then we can start.
Yeah, team 3 is here.
All right, okay, cool. So the first round is clockwise bounce, and I'll just go through the rules once. Of course, it's a normal bounce round. I think most of you know what that is, but I'll just briefly summarize. The bounce is clockwise, and there's 10 questions in the round, and one question is direct to the one team. So if it's question 3, that'll be direct to team 3. So if you want to answer a question which is not directed to you, you have to pounce at that question, and this will be done when pounce is open, and you have to pounce to your designated panelist who's there in your WhatsApp group. Pounce will be open for 30 seconds after the question is read. So within that time, if you're sure of the answer, you need to pounce. However, if you get it wrong on pounce, there will be negatives. So that's -5 on pounce. Part points are applicable only on bounce. If you want to pounce, pounce with the whole answer. And bounce will happen normally through the mic. So if the question bounces to you, just unmute and answer. Are there any doubts?
QM, can we have paper and
Again,
pen
please switch.
for keeping track of our
Yeah,
scores?
yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, sure. Any other doubts? Again, switch on your cameras, please, and try to keep your hands above the frame. Okay, so let's start. Question 1, and it will be directed team 1. So you need to ID the participants of this rap battle. There's 2 people involved on the left and on the right, and you need to identify the participants. If you want to bounce, you have to bounce with both the parts, and bounce is open now.
Can you go with the bigger image, please?
Yeah. So a lot of reading, so bounce will be open for a little bit longer.
Once you found, mention in the Google Meet chat also.
Also mention in the chat if you want to block hints or if you need hints. So 2 teams are bouncing. I don't think get hints for that. Bounce is open for 10 more seconds. Okay, the bounce is closed. Question 1 can, team 1, can we have your answer?
Okay, I'll answer. Okay. So we are saying
Yeah.
Florence Nightingale and Mother Teresa.
Okay, passing you on. Team 2 has bounced. So team 3. Team 3, can we have your answer?
Nazi, Angel of Death.
Uh,
बोलो दो.
so Florence Nightingale
And Joseph Mengele.
but both are women.
बोलছে
And Joseph Mengele.
Okay, passing you on again. Team 4. Team 4. Can we have your answer?
Yeah. So we are guessing this is Florence Nightingale, and the other one is Joan of Arc.
Okay, passing you on. Team 5. Oh, sorry, team 5 is not here. Team 6. Team 6, can we have your
6
points?
pounds. 6 pounds.
6 pounds, okay. Team 7.
We'll go with Florence Nightingale and Saffron Bride.
Yeah, okay, I'll pass you on to team 8, and I think team 8 has bounced. So team 9.
Florence Nightingale and Nurse Joy from Pokemon.
Oh, nice guess, but no, that's not it. Passing you on to team 10.
Mother Teresa, and we don't know the other one.
Okay, I think that's all the teams. Anyone wants to guess again? Or any of the teams who bounced?
Is it Typhoid Mary?
Can you repeat that?
Typhoid Mary. Typhoid.
I don't know if that's exactly your answer. Okay, Florence Nightingale is right for the first part. And the second part is Mary Seacole, who was a doctor in the Crimean War, and she treated a lot of patients, but she was rejected by Florence Nightingale. So that's what the whole "I treated right on the battlefield. Now that is brave," and all that is about. So question 2. and it's
One
your
second.
team 2.
1 second.
Yeah.
About part bounces. If you have part bounce for the first question, like as a warning, we are not giving you any negatives. But for
Hey,
the next question onwards, if you
no,
are
for
part
pounds you should give
bouncing,
negative. Pounds you should give
yeah,
negative if you're not. I mean, this,
we have decided for the first question we are not giving a negative. But moving onwards, if you are part bouncing, even if half of your answer is correct, you will get a full -5. So pounds only for if you are like fully sure for both the parts or all the parts.
so on the direct you get a +5, right?
Yeah, on the direct there's no, it's plus 10. +5 for part answer. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you got
Part
nobody got.
answer.
We gave Florence Nightingale.
Yeah. I think team
On
1
pounds,
got
if
it.
we've
Florence
on
Nightingale.
pounds, if we've answered half correct and the other half wrong for the first question, are you going to still give next?
For this
No,
question, we are giving
we
0,
decided
but
against,
moving
but
forward,
yeah.
we'll give next.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Question 2, directed team 2. In 2012, a Pakistani Twitter user shared a 47-year-old Tarana that was created during the 1965 war to boost the morale of Pakistani forces who were fighting on different fronts. This song warned the Indians by saying war is not an easy job. After 47 years of its making, the Pakistanis themselves realized the fact that the warning given to Indians stereotyped a large section of population in a way. Thus, they started slamming the 1965 leadership of the Pakistani armed forces for making this song. So all we want is what was the reason for this controversy, or which part of the song led to this controversy? And your time for pouncing starts now.
You need like the exact words, or you need like why those
No.
words?
We just need. So it's a big song, and some part of it caused the controversy. If you just give me the meaning of that part, that's also okay. Obviously, not the exact words.
So you don't need the song, right?
No. Bounce is open. Please bounce to your designated panelist. And the question is directed to team 2. You have 15 more seconds.
Team 1 wants to pounce. Is the pounce open?
Yeah, okay, we'll take your pounce and that's about it. And then the pounce will be closed. Please pounce quickly.
We have pounced.
Okay. So team 2, Can we have your guess?
We'll say the reason for the controversy was that like the song stereotype that only the men will go and fight in the war, women will stay at home, and so that was not true, and then that's why the controversy.
Yeah, actually, that's about it. I'll give it. The song had a line that said that war is not the game of women, or that war was not meant for women. So basically, stereotyping women as weak and not being capable of fighting a war. And so that caused the controversy when the person shared it on Twitter. So as simple as that. Yeah, moving on. Question 3, Director Team 3. The idea for X's massively successful 2020 project took its roots nearly 2 decades ago. In the early 2000s, her family was readying to leave for a holiday to Shimla. X's sister-in-law, an internet geek, decided to try her luck at trying to procure something that was being given as a part of a marketing gimmick, and she succeeded. So her family got to experience something that was pretty rare for a lot of middle-class families at the time. And this experience stuck with X, who was highly inspired by the man who was responsible for it. And as a result, her project materialized. IDX and her widely acclaimed project. Don't need the exact name of the project. You can describe what it is or who it's about. But we need X and we need both for the pounds. And pound stocks is open. Please mention if you're bouncing and if you want to block. If there aren't many blocks, then maybe we can give hints. Is anyone blocking?
Yes.
Okay.
Block. Seems.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Was that one team or two? Just mention on the chat if you're blocking. Right, okay, it's blocked. Bounce is open for 15 more seconds. I'll just go through some stuff. So, some experience that happened in her childhood happened in the early 2000s. They were wanting to go for a holiday and they were trying their luck to procure something and succeeded. And this experience inspired X to create. It's a pretty successful project, 2020. Okay. Pounce is closing if anyone wants to pounce. Is team 6 bouncing? Okay, they're bounced. Cool. So starting with team 3, can we have you guess?
Is it anything to do with revenge tourism? No idea who X is.
Okay, no, that's not it. Passing you on to team 4.
Okay, so very bad guess maybe. So we're guessing probably X is Priyanka Chopra, and this is something to do with the Bumble. Like she was an ambassador for Bumble, and Bumble became like big startup, and the owner became some billionaire.
Okay, nice one. Passing on to team 6 because team 5 is not here. Team 6. Oh, 6 has bounced. So team 7.
So we'll go with Nika, and we don't know X.
Okay, so project is Nika. All right. Passing you on to team 8. Team 8, are you there?
Yeah, sorry. So I'll just go with a wild guess that this is the, I don't remember her name. This is the woman behind the who drives the Mars rover for the Perseverance project.
The
basically.
Mars rover. No, nice guess, but that's not it. Passing to team 9.
Not really sure who X is, but could the experience be a free trip to Shimla, like a plane trip, and a claim project, maybe a pilot school for women? Not really.
Okay, nice guess. Passing you on to team 10.
So we are guessing X is Kangna Ranaut, and her widely acclaimed project is a Twitter shit posting.
No, it's an actual project. Okay. I think team 1 didn't pass. So passing on to team 1.
Yeah, so we are guessing that I don't know. X is maybe Gunjan Saxena. The 2000s project could be the rupee 1 flight tickets by Captain Gopinath, and maybe she got interested in flying, and the movie that came on Gunjan Saxena, that could be the project.
You mixed up. Okay, you got the 2000s experience right. So the 2000s experience. Wait. Has team 2 bounced?
No, it was R.
Oh shit.
Can team
okay.
2 answer?
Yeah. Okay.
So you said team 1 that they got some part right. What was it? I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
No,
Reveal
I can't disclose that. I can't reveal that.
Yeah, please don't reveal it, Nathan.
Yeah.
You literally
Not
what?
revealing.
I will say the project is Surarai Potre, which was inspired from Air Deccan. They got like a business class upgrade or something. And,
Okay, and X?
The director of Surarai Potre? Not sure.
Yeah, okay. We need the name, but the project is right. Project is Surarai Potre and X is Sudha Kangara who directed it. Team 1 will be getting 5 points for the experience part of it. And again, team 2 gets 5 points for the second part. Okay, next question. Question 4.
And
Back to team
6 gets 10.
So nobody else gets points.
6 has got 1 points. No, because we went the full circle. Yeah, question 4. Team
6 got 10, right?
N was born into. Yeah, 6 got 10 on pounds.
Okay.
I just meant on bounds. Nobody has got 10. Yeah.
Okay.
So question 4. N was born into a regional royal family of her country in the mid 1950s. She studied economics at the prestigious Harvard University and later earned her PhD from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. N worked at the World Bank for over 2 decades, starting as an intern and rising to the second highest rank in the organization. N also served 2 terms as the finance minister of her country, becoming the first woman to hold the office and the first woman to hold the position twice. Adding to her list of firsts, what feat did N earn recently? Your pounds is open.
We don't have to give the name of the person, correct?
No. Only her achievement.
Feet, yes, okay.
Pounds is open for 20 more seconds. Is anyone blocking or?
Block.
Okay. Okay, then going ahead with bounce. Team 4, can we have a guess?
So we are guessing. So this lady probably became like the CEO or CEO of some company, and the company will be probably like say uh, Amazon, probably after Jeff Bezos. She became the head of Amazon.
Okay, passing you on to team 6.
6 pounds.
6 pounds, all right. Team 7. Team 7.
Team 7 pounds.
Oh, all right. Okay. Team 8. If you're bouncing, just mention in the chat, please. Team 8, can we have your guess?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Okay, so I'll just go with some radical change in the financial system. That is anyway. I don't have a good guess.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch you.
I'm passing.
Okay. Team 9.
We'll pass.
Team 10.
She became the head of IMF.
Passing you on to team 1.
We had pounced.
Okay, team 1 had also bounced. And team 2.
We also pounced.
Okay, so lastly, team 3.
So she was the youngest woman to head her country, like president or prime minister.
No, that isn't it. And team question is back to team 4. Anyone wants to answer from the audience if you've bounced?
Is it that she became the head of IMF or World Trade Organization?
Yeah, I have somebody guess. The answer is World Trade Organization. So she became the first woman and also the first African Director General of the World Trade
आज
Organization.
गेटवे ने इतना फ्लेक्स मारा था where she was like, I'll just guess a random movie from 2019 and she guesses
Shweta, your mic is
nicely.
on.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so
your
sorry.
mic is on. Yeah, that's good. Awesome. Okay, so moving on. This is question 5, but it's directed to team 6 because 5 is not here. So this is directed to team 6. A commemorative 50 paisa coin was released, 50p coin was released in honor of X ahead of what would have been her 100th birthday. Adding an dash to a third column to line up with the last letters of the first name and last name to spell dash felt like a small penny drop moment, said the designer of the coin. IDX and the letter that was added or the word that they made out of the last row. I'll give you the bigger image. So this is the coin, the commemorative coin. And they added an dash to the third column to line up a certain word so that it spelled something.
Wait, is the dash like
So
an underscore or is it like an actual underscore?
No,
Is it like a letter?
Yeah. So you can see the letter that was added, right? So you need to ID that or the word that they made out of the last row and also X. Pounds is open, please, Pounds. It's not 50 paisa, that's my bad.
That extra letter aligns with the last letters, is it, or the first letters of the names?
No.
It aligns to the last letters of the name.
Okay. Last letters. Okay.
Once again, this question is direct to Team 6. Team 5 is not here. Bounce with both the parts. And
Team
bounce
1
open
is
to
bouncing. Team 1 is bouncing.
20 more seconds. Okay, Team 1 is bouncing. And Team 4 has bounced.
Team 3 is bouncing. We are just typing the answer.
Okay.
Team 8 is bouncing as well.
Bounce open for 5 more seconds. If you're bouncing, please let me know. Okay then. Team 6. Let's start with bounce. Team 6. Yeah.
Okay, we're guessing maybe it has something to do with Marie Curie.
Okay. That's X. And what's the second part?
I don't know. Maybe they added the letter U, so it sounds like curium, like at least phonetically sounds like curium. So that's the idea.
Okay. Passing you on to Team 7.
We'll go with Rosalind Franklin, and we don't know the last one.
Okay. Passing you on to Team 9. Because it has bounced. Team 9. Oh, 9 has bounced too. Team 10.
We'll say it's Rosalind Franklin and DNA. Hello.
Can you repeat your answer?
Rosalind Franklin and DNA.
No, I can hear you. Yeah. DNA. Yeah, that's the perfect answer. So Rosalind Franklin and D and N was there. So they added the letter A, which spelled out DNA, and Rosalind Franklin discovered the structure of the DNA. So, yeah. I think there's some confusion. Yeah, okay. Moving on. Next question 6, direct to Team 7. Around the late 19th century, the body of a young girl was pulled from the river Seine. This girl was apparently so beautiful that a pathologist from the
Hey, we
Paris
can't
morgue
see anything
made
on
a
it.
wax plaster.
Now we can see. Now we can see. Yeah.
Is it visible? You can see. Okay, fine.
Yeah, now it's
This girl was apparently so beautiful that a pathologist from Paris morgue made a wax plaster cast death mask of her face. This was replicated many times over, with her ED smile offering a comparison to the Mona Lisa. Many years later, a certain toy maker wanted to create a doll for a life-saving use. He wanted to create a life-size and realistic doll for this purpose, and moved by the tale of the young woman so tragically taken away, he fashioned his doll after her face. Now it is said she is the most kissed girl of all time. Okay. What was the purpose of these dolls? Your
Team
bounce
3
is
has
open.
bounced.
Team 8 has bounced.
No hints because a lot of people bounced. Bounce open for 5 more seconds. Okay then, Team 7. Can you have a guess? Can we have a guess?
Yeah, we'll go with CPR. The doll used to demonstrate CPR.
Okay, yeah, that's the perfect answer. So this is the CPR dolls, the dolls that they demonstrate how to do CPR on. Yeah, that's perfect. So life-saving purpose. That's fine. Question 7, and it's direct to Team 8. For the 2019 project, X worked 16 hours every day during filming, basing her work on the blocking of the scenes. In fact, the hands featured in the film were X's, as the director said that she didn't want to cheat by using editing methods. While recreating her work for the Criterion Collection, X says that it was the most painstaking parts of the cover process that she relished most, which was the stunningly rendered ripples in the folds of the green dress. Which 2019 project is being talked about? Bounce is open, and this is direct to Team 8.
What does the first line mean? Basing her work
Yeah.
on the blocking of scenes?
Yeah, I'll just get back to you.
Yeah, that you have to figure out, like, scenes were blocked, so that's how she like worked. Like there was something known as blocking of scenes, based on which she had to make her like timeline her work, schedule her work. So now it's up to you to figure out what blocking of scenes may mean.
Bounce open for 20 more seconds. Okay. So the bounce is closed. Can we start with teammates' guesses?
So, okay, for lack of a good guess. Okay, so guessing this is some particular scene in the Crimes of Grindelwald, where we see certain hands doing something.
Some echo.
Okay. Yeah. I think you said Crimes of Grindelwald. Okay, so passing you
Yeah,
to Team
my
9.
guess is correct.
Okay, cool. Team 9.
I think it's a stop motion film, Isle of Dogs, maybe. Not sure.
A stop motion film. Okay. No, that's not it either. Passing on to Team 10.
We are guessing Lady Gaga and
Team 10.
that movie. Hello.
Yeah, Lady
Hello?
Gaga and.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Star is Born.
Star is Born. Okay. Team 1.
Team 1, can you guess?
Yeah, Team 1. It's your guess.
So we are going with Jennifer Lopez and the jungle dress we are talking about when she recreated it on the runway again.
Okay, nice guess, but that's not it either. Passing on, and Team 2 was one, so passing to Team 3.
So this is a Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Celine Sciamma.
And Celine Sciamma. Hello?
Yeah, okay, that's. Yeah, that's. We asked for a project, and the project is right. It's Portrait of a Lady on Fire. but the painter was Helen Delmere. That's 4 points to you. Okay, so next question, question 8, and it's direct to Team 9. While these are grown near the country's second largest city, its cultivation is almost a state secret. The royal roses, as they are called, are ordered ahead of big events, and they are cut, packed, and transported in air-conditioned vehicles. While this little tradition was initially thought to be a tribute to her father, she later revealed that actually it's because her mother used to do so. She added that it was very much a national tradition and expressed disappointment that girls in the modern age don't know how or have great difficulty doing it. What are we talking about? And this image should help you. Pounds has started, and if you want either text or the image, you can tell me.
Go back to the text, please.
Yeah.
You want the name of a person, like the name of the person?
No, not just the name of the person. We also want what the article is talking about. What is this tradition? What are they describing? The image helps. It's relevant.
Can you go back to the text?
Could you please go back to the text portion of the question?
Excuse me, can you go back to the text, please?
Yeah, it is at the text. Is the text not shown?
No, it's not visible. Yeah, it is visible now.
Okay. Okay, Pounds open for 10 more seconds. Just the person won't do. We also need what is being talked about. Okay, let's start with the guesses. Team 9, can we have your answer, Mike?
Pass.
Okay, Team 10.
Wait,
Team 10?
some ceremony related to kimono dress, Japan, something.
Okay, Team 1.
Take it. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear.
So yeah, this is Thailand and the annual remembrance of the twins' death.
Thailand and what is your
Annual
final answer?
remembrance of the twins' death.
What is the?
Arun, would you
Okay,
like?
no, that isn't it.
The annual
Passing to Team 2. Right, I got your answer. That's not it. Passing to Team 2.
We'll say that it's about Queen of Japan, and she wears like a flower on her head or like her hat, which people don't do anymore.
I didn't get all of that. Can you just repeat it?
Yeah, so it says like the monarch or the queen, I mean the royal couple of Japan,
Okay.
and
And what's being talked
yeah,
about?
so the roses, like it's named in and they wear these or the for the like big events, as you've said, and people are not doing that
Okay.
anymore in
Okay.
the modern age
No.
because of whatever reason. So that is what is being talked about.
Okay. No, passing you on. Team 3.
So we'll say
Does
this is
Team 3 pounds? No.
no, we didn't
Team
bounce.
3, can we have
Yeah,
a
so
guess?
some
Yeah.
sort of a floral arrangement on a hat or a bonnet, and
Mother used to pick for her father.
which like something to do with Queen Elizabeth. So maybe something it's traditional in the royal family of England to do it.
Her mother used to pick for her father.
Yeah.
Royal family. Okay, passing you on to Team 4. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Team 4.
Okay, so we'll guess this is some like they make some garland type in Vietnam, and they like it's like a royal tradition or something that when guests come and when some coronation and all happens, you give that mala and garland. So that is made using the roses. That's that. Okay.
So basically, it's supposed to happen in every home, but nowadays girls don't do it anymore. Like
Okay.
probably like that.
Yeah, okay. Well, nice guesses, but sorry, that isn't it either. Team 6 has bounced. Team 7.
Team 7 has bounced.
7 has also bounced. Okay. So Team 8.
So I'm guessing this is these are roses that are cultivated to be laid on the former emperor's grave in Thailand.
Oh,
Did you get that?
okay. Yeah, that is not it either. No, that's not it either. And the question is directed to Team 9, so we're back. Does anyone want to shout out the answer? If or any more guesses? Yeah, Aung San Suu Kyi. That's correct. And this is about the flowers that she adorns on her hair. So it's cultivated very specially, and it's supposed to be a tradition that all girls follow, but they don't. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, question 9, and it's directed Team 10. After speaking with the creators, several ex-employees decided to help out in the project, especially to correct fine details, which made the final outcome that much better and more authentic. At the time, X just hoped to promote their brand and help recruit more women to what is still a male-dominated profession. However, this project went on to receive multiple accolades and now 30 years later is considered a feminist symbol. IDX and the project. Once it's open now.
30 is exactly 30 years or rough that you have given? Hello. 30 years is exact or is it a
No, I think it's exact, but let me check. If you want to bounce or need hints, you can mention. Yeah, it's exact 30 years. So, any blocks?
Is it possible to
or
give some extra
hints?
clues? Something related to demography?
Yeah,
or
I mean, if there aren't blocks, then definitely I will. Okay, a lot of people have asked. So, timeline should help. It's exactly 30 years before. Focus on this X. She was, X just hoped to promote their brand and help recruit more women to what is still a male-dominated profession. So, I mean, X wanted to recruit women, so X is some kind of organization, and it's male dominated. And if they want to spread word, then I think you know how they could have done it. I won't give that away. And it's something that needs employees to correct fine details, make it authentic. So I think you can think along those lines. Bounce will be open for 20 more seconds. If you're bouncing, please let me know. Think of male-dominated professions and connect it to the timeline. Something that needs details to be corrected. Okay, bounce will be closing. If you still want to bounce, okay, no, it's closed. So team 10, you can start.
We are guessing X is NASA.
X is NASA, okay, and the project?
Project. Pass on project.
Okay, team 1?
We are just gonna guess that
Yeah.
this is team one's guess. Team one's right.
Yeah, it's team 1's chance.
We're just going to
Please
go with
guess.
Mary Kay, pink Cadillac, and basically salesman job were dominated by men. So she tried to bring more women into the, Mary Kay cosmetics.
Okay. No, that isn't it. Team 2?
We'll say the project is and X will say Ford.
Sorry, I didn't get the project.
Thelma and Louise.
Okay. And Ford.
The movie.
Okay.
Ford, yeah.
Really nice. No, that isn't it either. Team 3? Team 3?
So we'll say NASA and some project headed by Katherine Johnson.
Hidden Figures.
For coding.
Okay. Okay, again, NASA. Okay, team 4?
Okay, for lack of a better guess, we'll say the project is the show Mahabharat, and this is like the making of the Draupadi ka sari. So it was made by Reliance and Vimal. So they thought that this sari making and this thing could help in generating more women in this industry. So Mahabharat and Vimal sari.
Oh. Great, cool. Somehow got a Mahabharat guess there, cool. Team 6?
Yeah, just give us a moment, please. We are discussing. Few seconds, please.
You got so much time.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, 2
We're
seconds,
guessing,
that's it.
cool. We're guessing it's DC and the project is Birds of Prey.
Okay. DC and Birds of Prey. That's not it either. Team 7?
Yeah, so we are guessing Vogue and Anna Winter, and they hired more women to take photographs, basically.
Okay. Okay, got it. Nice guess. Team 8?
So I'll go with X. For the project, I'll guess this was some detailing work done on the space shuttle. So as you said, using this detailing, the brand was able to publicize themselves. So the detailing was done on the space shuttle. Some extra designs.
Yeah, Didn't get
My
the.
guess is, yeah,
What was your answer for X?
NASA.
NASA. Okay, cool. Team 9.
X could be Microsoft, and the project is some code development or something. Not really sure.
Yeah, okay, that's is not it either. And this was direct to Team 10. Any guesses? They wanted to recruit more women, like, so the easiest way of getting the word around is probably the film. So I'm give you the hint that the project is a movie. Does anyone want to guess?
Is it Amul movie that basically?
Amol. Okay, no. So I'll give
Mandal.
it. What is it?
Mandal.
Okay, no, that's not it either. So X is FBI, and the project was Silence of the Lambs, and they basically wanted to recruit more women, like the question said. So FBI officers were asked to help out so that her character would be more authentic. Yeah, that was it. So this is question 10, and since we're done with all the teams, this question will be open on just bounce, and there's no negatives. So it's basically a direct to everybody, just bounce. Zia ul Haq served as the military dictator of Pakistan from 1978 to 1988. Under pressure of various forces, Zia was forced to call the elections for Pakistan National Assembly in 1988. However, he was given the freedom to choose the month. With the help of his military intelligence, he decided November 1988 as the final date for the elections. This was done because X, who was the main contender for power at the center, would not have been able to attend to campaign for the elections at that particular month. So the assembly would have remained hung and Zia would have retained his power. However, X sensed the trick that he was playing with her and preempted his move with another move, which effectively neutralized Zia's conspiracy. So IDX, and why did Zia keep the elections in November 1988? And what did X do to neutralize his move?
Okay, team 1 is pouncing on this.
Yeah, you can bounce to the panels. There's no negatives, so like it's direct to everybody.
Wait, no
Bounce is open
negatives
for
on
30
this?
seconds. No negatives, it's direct to everybody. Just like take a guess.
Cool.
Part points too, so yeah. Bounce will be open for 30 more seconds.
Isn't the reason for why Zia kept the elections in November already given? The question?
No, not exactly. So it's said that X would not have been able to campaign during that month.
So why?
We need to know what
Okay,
what
cool.
exactly is the reason. Yeah, exactly. A bit longer, so you can take your time. Hints for the second part.
Hint for the third part.
Anybody want to block or anything?
Block.
Is this pounce only and no negs on the pounce? Just to confirm.
Yeah, it's pounds only and no negs. Basically, we have one team less, so it's open to everybody. You have 10 more seconds, please try to bounce by then.
Yeah, we are typing. Just thoda time.
Yeah, it's long, so you can take your time. 10 more seconds. Right, so your time's up for bouncing. Does anybody need like anybody typing right now needs a little bit more time? Otherwise, we can ask for guesses. Okay, all right. So there's no bounce on this. So if anyone's sure of the answer, you can shout out.
Okay, so we're just guessing. This is Benazir Bhutto, and she was pregnant, and her delivery was due in the month of November, perhaps. That's why the strategic move to place the elections for that month. And maybe she got an early cesarean delivery done in order to be able to still campaign in the month of November.
Okay, is there any other guesses for the third part? Okay.
She aborted.
No.
Sorry, then this is no, she did deliver and then joined office the second or third day after delivery. Maybe that could be the. He would not have expected her to uh, recover from the delivery and join office, but she did that. Maybe that could be.
No, that's not it either. It said that she preempted his move, so I think that should also give you it. Any other guesses?
Is it like her marriage was maybe like scheduled for that month and she postponed it or something, or preponed it?
No. Okay. No, that's not
Is
it.
the pregnancy part correct or like that?
Yeah, the pregnancy part. The second part is right. She was due in November 1988, so she couldn't campaign in the months before that. So the third part, any more guesses?
Did she lie about when her kid was due?
Yeah, actually, that's it.
Wow.
So she had deliberately changed her medical reports to show the tentative date to be in November, whereas actually it was September. So if you got the first two parts right, that's 6 points. 6 out of 10. And with this, we come to the end of the bounce round. And next up, we have Siddharth, who will be hosting the return round.
Points for getting one part right. Do we get 3 or something?
Yeah, you get 3.
Okay.
You get 3.
All right. I'll be sharing my screen now. Before we move on to the written round, we just have like a quick score check. Okay, so I think the scores are in the chat. You guys can have a look. Okay, so now we have a written round of 5 questions and it has a particular theme. So basically, this round is called Hidden Figures, and the theme of the round is that it's all about women who weren't exactly given credit for their discoveries or their inventions, and the credit went to men and other people. So these are sort of very important women in history who made huge contributions to society but weren't exactly credited for their work. So the round revolves around them. So it will be so there are 5 questions in the round, plus 10 and 0 for each question. We have 5 questions, and in the end, you guys can write all the answers in a single message and send it in your WhatsApp group and tag your moderator. Once we go through the questions, we'll have a quick rerun, a short rerun, and then you guys can send the messages. So yeah, let's begin. The first question, it began with function, progressed into form, it eventually became fashion. This was invented in the early 1900s by a 19-year-old who was about to go to another debutante ball and was frustrated by the prevalent choice of restrictive and tight clothing. So she decided to take matters into her own hands and use new materials including silk handkerchiefs, cord, ribbons, and a needle and thread to make the first ever version of the popular piece of clothing. She did get her design patented, but then she soon sold it for $1,500 to the Warner Brothers Dash Company, which detached her name from history. Warner would go on to make $15 million off her invention over the next 30 years. What was her sartorial creation?
What does sartorial mean?
We won't be giving any hints for that. Unless someone is blocking. If people are blocking, we won't be giving any hints.
Yeah.
Okay, so sartorial refers to basically something that has been tailored to something like that. Like it relates to clothes or fashion, stuff like this. And it says in the question that she used materials including silk, cord, ribbons, needle and a thread. So yeah, and also you can send all the answers in the end, compile all the 5 answers in a single message and send in the end after all 5 questions are shown and tag your moderator in the groups then.
So you want an exact name for this or like an explanation of the thing works?
No, yeah, we just want what this creation was. It's very popular. It's very well known. It's not something obscure.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on in 10 seconds. Okay, question 2. In the early 20th century, a woman named Mary visited New York in the winter, and while riding one of the streetcars there, she observed that the driver was continuously getting out of the car to perform a certain action. This was when the idea for her now ubiquitous invention struck her. When she went back to her home state, she drew up a sketch and applied for a patent. However, the motor car industry rejected the invention, saying there was no use for it, but more so because Mary was an independent woman. They finally incorporated it in the 50s when automobiles started getting faster, but by then her patent had expired and another man was credited with this particular invention. So, what did she invent? Move on in 10 seconds. Okay, question 3. M is an American artist known for the unique style of her paintings. She mainly paints women, children, or animals in oil and or mixed media. Despite her immense talent and the work's commercial success, for many years her husband W took the credit for her work and kept her from the limelight. After their divorce, M took her husband to court and finally received the credit she deserved by taking him down in a paint-off battle. M says she began painting her signature style when she started painting portraits of children. Her art has influenced the design of several toys for children, and it also served as the basis for design of something we're all very familiar with. So, what is unique about M's art, and what did it serve as a basis for? Again, in this question, we don't require M, the person's name. We just want what is unique about their art and what did it serve as basis for.
Which part in the text helps for the unique thing?
It influenced the design for several toys for children, and she mainly paints women, children, or animals. Like this particular style is prevalent in when these particular like this style is prevalent in that sort of art.
Do both the questions have like one common answer, or is it like two separate parts?
So this particular style was what was unique about her, and this was also used in whatever it served as a basis for.
Okay.
So both are somewhat related.
The term for this style description will.
There's no term, just a description will do.
If there are no blocks, can you give more hints?
Is anyone blocking? One team is blocking. Anyone else? So this, we'll just say that this style, it's something to do with how the subjects are portrayed or something. We won't give any hints because it's sort of a giveaway, but it's extremely popular. Whatever this, it served as a basis for. Very, very popular. Okay, we'll move on to question 4. Okay, besides other inventions in the fields of such as dentistry, mining, etc., this woman weaver was also the first one to suggest that carpenters use this tool instead of the one they were using at the time, which she thought required double the necessary human input while wasting half their effort. She made a prototype for this tool with something she used to work daily with, which decreased both the time and human labor required. But the community she was a member of did not approve of getting a patent to this invention, which was eventually patented by 2 Frenchmen. So, what is this tool? Okay, we'll move on to the last question. Major event in her midlife gave Dee good reason to revive the innovative instincts of her own childhood. Like most people in her situation, she struggled with the exasperating changes in her routine, particularly one which was troublesome because of the existing rubber variants of eggs. Her first breakthrough in 1946 was to design a waterproof X, and working her way through a series of shower curtains, she designed and perfected a reusable leak-proof X that did not, like the rubber versions, cause more harm. She called her X the boater. But this idea didn't catch on as quickly, and 10 years after it was patented, a more powerful industrialist decided to use her idea and start Y without crediting her. So, Addie X and Y. So, look at the fact that there was a major event in her life and there were exasperating changes in her routine. Okay, we'll just have a quick rerun and then you can send in your answers. Question 1. Question 1, it was, she got her design patented, but then she sold it to the Warner Brothers Dash company, and then they didn't give her any credit and they went on to make a lot of money. And she used silk handkerchiefs, cords, ribbons, So what was this particular creation? Question 2. A woman named Mary visited New York and she saw that her driver was continuously getting out of the car to perform a certain action. And so that's when she got an idea for a particular invention. And her idea was rejected by car companies. And later on in the 50s, when cars started getting faster, they sort of, another man was credited with this invention. But by then her patent had expired. And so she didn't get any credit. So what did she invent? Question 3. She's a very prominent artist and she's known for her unique style. So give us what is unique about M's art and what it served as a basis for. The unique style, it relates to a physical feature. The style that we're talking about is a physical feature of the subjects. And what did it serve as a basis for? Something extremely popular. Question 4. The woman weaver, she was the first to suggest that they should use a different tool in order to, reduce wastage of human effort. And she made a prototype for it, and it helped reduce human labor and increase efficiency. But the community she was a member of, they didn't approve of getting a patent, and later on it was patented by 2 Frenchmen. So give us what this tool is.
Either do you need the exact name of a tool? Yeah, if we give the purpose, where this tool used, why this tool used.
Ideally, we'd want the name, but if you can explain it, then we'll give points based on your explanation. Okay, the last question. Yeah, there was a major event that occurred in Dee's life, and she struggled with the exasperating changes in her routine because of the existing rubber variants of X. So she tried making a waterproof X and then made a leak-proof X, which she called the Boater. And it didn't catch on, the idea, but later it was patented by an industrialist, and that person started Y without giving
Can you just show
D any
both
credit.
ones after this?
Yeah, so this one just ID X, what that invention was, and give us Y.
What do you need in fifth question? X and Y. What? Just so. What is Y?
Yeah. Y is, so this industrialist decided to use her idea and he started Y. So it's like an organization or a brand.
You couldn't read fourth. Can you go back just first paragraph, few seconds?
Okay.
Can you show question number 3?
You guys can send your answers and tag your moderators in the groups. And let us know in the Meet chat as well when you're done sending.
Can you go back to the fourth one? Just for a second.
All teams sent their answers. Team 10 is sent, Team 8, Team 1, Team 6, Team 7. Is anyone else left? Okay, we'll move on to the answers. I think everyone has sent. You guys can shout out. First one, what was her creation?
Is it a bra?
Yeah, that is right. She invented the
Yes, I
bra.
got bra.
And the blank was Warner Bros. Corset Company. And she was the one who created the bra as we know it today. Second one,
Windshield wipers.
Wipers.
Windshield wipers.
yeah, wipers is correct. So the driver was getting out to wipe the water or the snow off the windshield, and hence she invented the windshield wipers. Question 3.
Bobblehead
Cartoons and
toys. Like big face and bobbleheads. Yeah.
Yeah, so what is like something very like peculiar about those?
Big face and small body. Like big heads.
Okay, we were looking for big eyes. So can anyone tell what it served as a basis for?
Walt Disney is W. We're guessing Walt Disney is W, right?
Yeah, it is subjects with big eyes, and that inspired the design of the Powerpuff Girls. And M was Margaret Keane. Question 4. ID the tool.
Circular saw.
Drilling, like the drill.
The circular saw.
Circular saw is correct. If you're given some, we might consider some variation of saw. We'll see and have a look. But yeah, circular saw is correct. And the last
You're accepting
one,
electric saw, right?
Diaper
Sorry.
and Pampers. And Pampers.
yeah, diaper and Pampers is correct. So the major event was that she had a child, and so she couldn't deal with the diapers of the time, and so she made disposable diapers. And the idea was stolen, and that's how Pampers came to be. All right, so that's the end of the written round. Now Ruchir will take over for bounce.
So how many points for each question in the written round?
Each question was 10 points.
Oh, thanks.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So let's move on to the anti-clockwise bounce. Same rules as the first round, but instead we'll be going anti-clockwise. So yeah, I guess we'll begin with the first question. So first question of Team 10. B was one of the most noted civil rights activists of her state in the early 20th century. After studying music at university, she moved to Portland to marry the founder and editor of the Advocate newspaper, the state's only African-American run publication. 2 years after becoming assistant editor, she founded the Portland chapter of X,
to advance the cause of justice for her community. Thanks to the power and influence she held due to her position as editor of a publication popular among her community, she spread messages about activities of a certain group of people to inform and urge readers to stay safe. So IDX and what did the messages she spread pertain to? So pound starts now. You guys have 30 seconds. If you're pouncing, please type in the chat box. Has any team pounced yet? I'll be closing pounce in 10 seconds. So if you're pouncing, pounce now. Pounce is closed. Team 10.
We are guessing X is Black Panthers, and she probably notified her community of all the places the police used to patrol a lot so that they could avoid the police.
No. Team 9.
X is Black Panthers and stay safe from, I don't know, supremacists or something.
No. Team 8.
I'm guessing X is Black Panthers, and the messages were to warn about Ku Klux Klan attacks.
Okay. Passing to team 7.
Team 7 has pounced.
Okay, 7 is pounced. So team 6.
X is Black Panther. She spread messages about lynching mobs. So those times black people were lynched to death.
No. We'll move on to team 4.
Okay,
Team 4.
so X's will get this Black Panthers and all, and second part will get this is about the anti-mask people. So basically, our funda is that time Spanish flu and all were coming. So she was like, these people are wearing the mask, they are not wearing, so don't go there. You will have Spanish. So anti-mask.
Good guess, but no. Team 3.
We're passing.
IWS.
Okay, fine. Team 2.
So we'll guess that this is Miss, and she used Miss to warn other African American women about Ku Klux Klan attacks.
Passing to team 1.
We really don't have something better. I think what we will go with is it's Black Panthers and police brutality, basically.
Okay, so we have done the whole round. Team 7, who's pounced, can you guess? Would you like to guess? Any guesses? Okay, so team 8 got it first. Ku Klux Klan was correct, and X is the National Association for Advancement of Colored People. So basically, to help all the African American people in USA, and she tracked the movements and activities of KKK, who were quite powerful in that region at the time. So yeah, we'll move on to the next question. When A was 8 years old, she wrote a letter to the president of her country to highlight a major crisis in her hometown that is said to have adverse long-term effects on nearly 12,000 children. This resulted in nationwide awareness of this problem, and following a visit to the town by the president in 2016, $100 million was authorized to address the issue. Despite measures being taken, the effects are still felt by the residents. Additionally, in 2018, A raised $16,000 on GoFundMe to allow hundreds of low-income children from her town to do something, hoping to provide the mostly Black audience with positive self-image and aspirations. ID the crisis brought to light by her, and what was the GoFundMe page set up for? So Pounce is open now.
Team 9's direct, right?
Yeah, Team 9's direct. Are there any blocks? I don't see any blocks. Focus on mostly Black audience and providing a positive self-image for them. And the crisis was something that was brought to light in 2016. If you can remember what happened during that time.
Any hints for the first part? Crisis.
Think of a crisis that can affect so many people and can have long-term effects. I'll be closing Pounce in 10 seconds. So if you are pouncing, pounce now.
Team 3 is bouncing.
Okay. Anyone else? Or I'll close Pounce now. Okay. Pounce is closed. Team 9.
I think it's Zika virus, and the GoFundMe was for her treatment.
No. Team 8.
So I'm guessing this during 2016, this is basically related to the immigrant issue. Children were imprisoned for a very long time, and that had an adverse effect on their psyche. So that's for the crisis. For the GoFundMe page, I'll say they were asked to submit drawings.
Okay, good guess, but no. Team 7. Team 7, you're there? Team 7.
Yeah, we're passing. We're passing.
Okay, fine. Team 6.
Okay, so for the second part, we are saying she wanted to get tickets for the kids to watch Black Panther, and for the first part, we are guessing it's some form of water poisoning, say lead or fluoride poisoning in the water that would have harmed them in the long term.
Just a second. Can you improve your answer slightly?
like I don't know, some dietary thing, food or water, it got poisoned, like
Is it like,
long term.
yeah, food or water poisoning basically, because it affects
Yeah,
children, right? Like lots of
can
children.
you add a proper noun?
Of crisis, food crisis.
Okay, wait, you want some chemical name or something like that? What kind of a proper noun do you want?
Yeah.
No.
A place
We
name?
need the
Just
place. We need the place. Yeah.
place name. Okay, wait a second.
Like a country's name, we'll guess Kenya maybe. 'cause
Somewhere.
like
No. Yeah, we'll have to pass. Team 4.
Okay, so yeah, we'll guess this is USA. This is Alabama probably, and the Black Panther Party. So everything what they said for Alabama.
Again, okay, fine. We'll move on. Team 3.
We pounced.
Team 3 pounced. Sorry. Team 2. Team 2.
Just ask me if it's architect.
Okay, yeah, this is team 2. So we are going to say Black Panther for the second part to be the positive self-image and all, which was a great answer, by the way, whoever said it. For the first part, we are going to say the Flint water crisis. So Flint being the hometown where water is being poisoned.
Correct answer. So it was the Flint water crisis in Michigan, and the money was raised so that kids could watch Black Panther in theater. So Team 6 gets +5 for saying Black Panther, and this is Team 2, right? So Team 2 gets 10 for the whole thing. So yeah, we'll move on. It was created by a Hollywood designer and was sold a few years back for $4.81 million at an auction in LA. Ripley's, believe it or not, bought it with the intent of displaying it in one of the museums. So Ripley's vice president said, "We believe that this is the most iconic piece of pop culture that there is. In the 20th century, I cannot think of one single item that tells the story of the 1960s as well as this." So the same event was brought back into cultural zeitgeist due to X's 2012 recreation, albeit partially race reversed. X is noted for her tendency to reference the bygone era in her work, having also worn a dress made by the same designer, different from the 1960s one, and that made an ultra famous subway grade dress from the 1950s. So describe the 1960s ka item and also IDX, who kind of replicated it. Pounce is open. So this is direct to team 8.
Can you just tell which part was like? What do you mean by partially reversed? Like not fully, but partially. What exactly do you mean? So either it can be race reversed or not race reversed.
Make of that what you will.
The last dress that is mentioned there is the same as the dress in the second paragraph.
No. That's
No,
different.
no. Pounce is open for 15 more seconds. So if you want to pounce, you can. Pounce is closed. Team 8.
Okay, so I'll guess the 1960s item is the ruby slipper from Wizard of Oz, and
Okay.
X. I'm not sure of the exact name. I'll say it's the director behind Oz, the Great and Powerful, or Bold and Powerful. That the recent movie that came based on Wizard of Oz, basically.
Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't give the exact name for X. So.
Passing to Team 7.
Jackie Kennedy's dress, like when JFK was shot, and Coco Chanel.
Good guess, but no. Team 6.
Just a moment. Okay, we are guessing this is probably the mother figure from Psycho, the whole mother figure which was made, and the person is Nora Ephron.
Again, a good guess, but no. Team 4.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is the dress basically this Marilyn Monroe wore in that Happy Birthday, Mr. President for Kennedy. So this is that dress. And X, since you stood bygone era, and we'll guess Lana Del Rey for X.
Yeah, spot on from Team 4. So the item was Monroe's iconic dress from Happy Birthday, Mr. President performance for JFK, and X is Lana Del Rey from one of her music videos. So great from Team 4. Next question is to Team 7, and yeah, here we go. X, formerly part of India's women's national football team, quit the national team due to issues with the coaching staff and the non-response from the federation in the face of complaints. 7 other players had also quit along with her, but 6 of them had written apology letters and were back in the team. Only X had not given an apology. On being asked why, she defended herself, saying she had done what she had done in the heat of the celebration, just as she scored the winning goal to take India to the next stage of Olympics qualifying. The coaches had screamed at her then, accusing her of disrespecting the dash. This incident reminds one of a historic 1999 incident for which the person involved was heavily criticized, receiving worldwide attention after an image made it onto the covers of major publications. So we don't need X, we just need what X did. This is direct to Team 7. Pounce is open.
Team 3 is pouncing.
Okay.
6 pounds.
Okay. 2 is also pounced. I'll be closing pounce in 15 seconds. Last call for pounce. Okay, pounce is closed. Team 7. Team 7, are you there?
Yeah, so X wrapped the national flag around her, national flag of India.
Okay, good guess, but no. Team 6 has pounced. Team 5. 5 is not there, sorry. So Team 4.
Okay, so maybe she like after scoring the goal, she like kind of gave a sitting position, sitting pose, and she like did not stand and all during the national anthem. So probably some goal scorer like Solskjaer or someone probably had done that in '99. So basically sitting during the national anthem.
Okay, that's not the answer. Team 3 and Team 2 have pounced. Team 1. Team 1, are you there?
Okay. So after in the heat of celebration, she took off her T-shirt and waved around likewise. So it was disrespecting the national flag and the national whatever.
Yeah, we'll give it to you. So X was Kamala Devi, and she celebrated by taking her jersey off. So that was considered disrespectful, and the incident was similar to Brandy Chastain in the '99 World Cup when USA won. So great answer by Team 1. Next
What were
question
the
to
blanks here?
Team
What were the blanks here? Sorry.
disrespecting the Indian nation. Somewhere in that,
Indian nation.
on those lines, basically.
QM, can you just keep telling who got points on pounds, if you could, please?
Okay. After this question, we'll put up the scores, so you can refer over there.
Cool.
Okay, so question number 5. This element of broadcasting made its debut in Sydney in 2000 and has become a staple in every such coverage since then. The OBS provides us with great pictures. We have no control over it, the element being talked about, but they add it when appropriate, said the NBC production lead for these coverages. The technology itself was developed by an Israeli company and has added another layer of context and suspense for the viewers. After creating history by obliterating previous records in 2016, these records have been bettered since. This element was informally named after X. So what is this technology or element and ID X? This is direct to Team 6. Pounds is open. Pounds will be open for 15 more seconds. Last call for pounds. It seems no one is bouncing, so pounds is close. Team 6.
We are thinking maybe X is Pegasus, and the technology was something that was used by Reader's Digest, since it has a Pegasus as its logo.
Okay, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. Team 4.
4 pounds. 4 pounds.
Okay, 4 is pounds. Okay, Team 3.
Yeah, so we'll guess Simone Biles, and this is probably Spider Cam.
Great guess, but no. Team 2. Is Team 2 there?
We pounced.
Oh, okay, fine. Team 1.
So the X is Bindi. We'll say it is Bindi. And the technology or the element over here is that the dot in the middle of a TV to align the colors and the lines and the things which are given out over there.
Another great guess, but sorry, that's not the answer I'm looking for. Team 10.
We are guessing kiss cams that they do in American sports and stuff. And
Okay,
Gaurav Serena Williams for some reason.
Okay. Passing to team 9.
Some drone footage or something.
And what will be your guess for X?
X would be Eagle Cam or something.
Okay. Team 8.
I'll also go with Kisscam for technology, and X I'll go with Bowdler since he was popular for censoring.
Okay. Sorry, that's not the answer. Team 7.
So for the first one, breaking news pop up and X Tucker Carlson maybe.
Okay. Again, a great guess, but no. So I guess it was Team 6's direct. Anyone else? Anyone wants to guess? Teams or pounced?
The dynamic swimming line and Katie Ledecky. The world record line.
Yep.
World record line.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were looking for. So the yellow world record line, which you see when the broadcast is there, and X was named after Katie Ledecky. Sorry, the line was named after Katie Ledecky because she broke so many records. So great answer. Moving on, this will be direct to team 4. So someone will put up the scores after during this question, so you can look up.
It's already up
We'll
in the
continue
chat.
with. Okay, fine. So we'll continue. According to an article by Smithsonian Magazine, up until the 1500s, X was primarily women's work until a smear campaign accused of those women of being wise. Much of the iconography we associate with wise today is said to have emerged from the females undertaking X. While selling, the women used to dress in a manner to be easily identified by their customers in a crowd and use certain things to transport their produce. They also had to employ a traditional method to avoid another plaguing problem during those times. All these would later be associated with vice. Just as women were establishing their foothold in the ex markets of England, Ireland, and west of Europe, the Reformation began. The fundamentalist religious movement, which originated in the early 16th century, preached stricter gender norms and condemned the Y profession. So, ID the industry and how the iconography explain any two of those got associated with Vice.
But industry matlab X.
This is who's direct?
This is direct to team 4.
What is the industry?
Just a second. So, how do I explain? This was an industry which was the X is the industry, and Y is something those women were of being. Sorry, Y is something the women were accused of being. So, if you look at the second paragraph, women used to dress in a particular manner to separate themselves from the crowd. So think of ways in which you can separate yourself from the crowd and maybe you can somehow get why.
I ask you how to get the X. Okay, say we have got Y. How to get to X?
So if you get those like two things that you associate with wise, like it's mentioned, certain things to transport their produce and the way they used to dress differently. So that is what we associate with wise. But in a normal situation, it's something you would use in the industry X. So you could figure
Is
out why first and then
why is a real profession?
no, the women were accused of being wise. So I'll just say that, that's all.
Okay,
Pounce
so
is open
X is
for,
at least X is a real profession, is it?
yeah.
Okay, X is a real profession. Cool.
Pounce is open for 15 more seconds. So want to pounce.
Can you just once sum up the hints given for the profession? Just once.
Okay.
And who said it?
So team 4. Team 4 is direct. And for the profession, we can say it was something that was that you can associate it with that you can associate with England, Ireland, rest of Europe, and it still exists. Something a very popular,
Team
not
10 is
popular but
bouncing.
prevalent. Okay, team 10 is bouncing.
Team 6 is also bouncing.
Okay, anyone else, or I'll close bounce now. Okay, fine. Bounce is closed. So team 10 and 6 have bounced. Team 4.
No, we're sending it. Just give us a second.
Okay, fine.
Can team 1 bounce or no?
Fine. We'll accept your bounce. That's the last bounce we'll accept. Team 1, have you sent your bounce?
Give me 10 seconds. I'm just sending.
Not yet.
I'm typing
Just
it.
writing.
Okay, sure.
You can go on with the bounces.
Okay, fine.
Just
So
wait
this
for
is
5
team
seconds.
4's
Just 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Fine, sure.
Yeah, you can go on if Shivani's team is done.
No, wait. Okay, done.
Okay, team 4.
Should we answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with Y. So Y is witches, witchcraft and all. So the iconography is first, which is they used to carry the things in the hats. So for transport, that's how hats got associated. And second part, since you have said plaguing problems, it's about the plague. So they had to like cover their bodies so that they were not in contact with dust and all. So they wore long robes. So that's how like witches ka long robes came. So robes and hats of witches. And since you've said Ireland, England, and also this is like alcohol making industry, like beer, whiskey, and all. So these were the like brewery. They used to transport that one.
Fine, we'll give it to you. So the industry is brewing industry, and these were witches. So that explains the cauldrons. So that was used to make the beer or any other form of alcohol, and pointy hats. So the cats got associated with witches because they were used to keep the mice away from the grain. So that is why cats got associated with witches, and hats were an accessory to help grab people's attention in the crowd. So great answer from team 4. We'll move on to the next question. Next question is direct to team 3.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me, am I audible? Yeah. Sorry for interrupting. I think for team 8, 5 points have not been given. So, like, could you check that?
Okay, we'll finish this question. By that time,
Yeah.
we'll sort that out.
Thanks.
Okay. So team 3 is direct. Jim
One
Acosta.
sec. Sorry, Q.
Yeah.
For the previous one, we said beer. Like we mentioned beer in our answer, and like alcohol based is what like basically what the other team said. Will we get points for that? Like we mentioned selling, so for that we are not given points.
Just a minute. I'll look at your answer and.
The industry is brewing specifically.
Just go back to the
I
text,
don't think
please,
So-
for a moment.
it would count as the same.
But mentioning beer is not enough.
Just
No, brewing or making beer or creating beer,
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
Manufacturing, making,
Cauldrons were
creating.
used to make, yeah. So
QM, just one thing. See, you've mentioned words like selling and selling in markets. So we told selling also of alcohol. Like we didn't stop with just making, but we told selling. Since you have already mentioned selling and markets. So
We've gotten all of the answer right. Just for this one word, we're getting next.
wait. But the thing is, we wanted you to associate the iconography, and from that we got
the whole
given-
iconography we've given. We've given all which characteristics in our answer.
Yeah.
One minute. Fine. Fine. You've mentioned alcohol, right, in your answer?
Yeah, we have.
Fine. We'll give it to you. We'll give it to you.
Thank you.
Okay. So moving on to the next question. Jim Acosta, CNN's White House correspondent, referred to this picture, which is on the next slide, as X, a combination of what was going on in the world then and a very famous woman, often called the pioneer of women's suffrage in South America, and who is also the subject of an even more famous Andrew Lloyd Webber Broadway musical and a movie, where she is played by Madonna. But most importantly, she was even referenced in one of the most rip-tickling scenes on the final season of Veep. So we just want X. We'll show you the image. And does anyone want to go back to the text?
Just go back to the text. What is it? You want the name of the woman or X? What is, I mean, like.
We don't want the name of the woman. We want X, which is combination of what was going on in the world and the name of the woman.
Combination as in portmanteau type? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Pounce is open for 15 more seconds.
Can you go back to the image, please?
Go back to the image.
Last call for Pounce. Anyone wants a Pounce?
Team 1 has pounced.
Can you go back to the text once?
Pounce is closed. Team 3.
So we will say this is a wordplay on Eva Peron and pandemic. So something to do with evademic. He called it an evademic.
Great guess, but that's not the answer we're looking for. Team 2.
Okay. Great.
Team 2.
Corona Peron. Like this is Eva Peron and Corona was going on. So.
Another great guess, but no. Team 1 has pounced. Team 10. Team 10.
Pass.
Okay, Team 9.
Pass.
Yeah, the pass.
Fine. Team 8.
Parandemic.
Okay. Team 7.
Diva.
No. Team 6.
Okay, since Peronism is considered a sort of sometimes negative, we are thinking the word is Caronism. Since he was flouting all norms, it is Caronism.
No. Team 4.
We'll say this is Pedona, Pedon and Corona. So Pedona.
Another great guess, but no. Team 1. I think we have finished the whole round. Team 1, would you like to tell your answer?
It's Covita, COVID and Evita.
Because Eva Peron's role was acted in Evita by Madonna, and that's why.
Yeah.
Etc.
So Evita was the play based on Eva Peron, and COVID was basically the situation going around. So great answer by Team 1. Next question to Team 2. So here we go. Last month, following the death of the immensely influential Scottish singer, while Twitter mourned the visionary artist, it also trended hashtag here for X to express love and support to one of her best friends and artist X. X shot to fame more than 8 years back over 2 works, one a collaboration with a Swedish duo and another for work on an adaptation of a young adult novel. However, why a teenager with a reach of over 80 million mistook the hashtag to be dedicated to her by her fans and tweeted about loving all her fans. Can everybody mute themselves? I think someone's on. Okay. Tweeted about loving all her fans for the support before quickly realizing the gaffe and deleting the tweet. Now simply ID X and Y. So I feel Y should be pretty obvious. And maybe from Y you can try to guess X. Bounce is open.
X is not the Scottish singer, right?
No, that's different.
No, that's.
So if we get Y, we can derive X from that only.
Yeah. So if you know Y, you can derive X.
Okay, but one is sorry, 4 is.
Okay, fine. Pounce is open for 10 more seconds. So I'm closing Pounce now. Team 2, this is your direct.
This is Sophie and Charlie. So it was Charlie is some teenager, and like it was actually for Charlie XCX, but because
Okay.
like Sophie and her were very good friends. X is Sophie, Y is Charlie.
Okay, moving on. Team 1.
So Charlie is the Charlie from TikTok over here. Okay. Here for X, guys.
I'll have to
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah. Let's move on. But Charlie is the Charlie from TikTok.
So is that X or Y?
Y.
Okay, fine. Team 10. Team 10.
Yeah, we're also guessing Charlie and Charlie, but I don't know what the first Charlie is.
Okay, fine. Team 9.
We bounced.
Okay, team 8.
I'll chimp on another team's answer and say X is Charlie XCX and Y is the teenager Charlie.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for. So she mistook that tweet like hashtag as like something for her support. I think team 2 said Charlie XCX first, so I guess we'll give them 5 points. Team 1 said Charlie D'Amelio first. So we'll give them 5 points, and this
Bro,
is
team 10 said Charlie and Charlie first.
But you didn't say XCX, right? That and Charlie can be.
We meant him only, bro. We meant him only.
It's her.
How was I supposed to know?
And no one will be getting points for that.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's why we clarified Charlie from TikTok. That's the reason.
Yeah. How was I supposed to? Okay. So who answered the whole thing right now?
That was team 8.
8, yeah.
Okay,
You're talking about
so
the
8 gets
last
10.
answer, right?
Yeah. So 8 gets 10, and 1 and 2 get 5 each. So moving on, second last question of the quiz. This is for Team 1's direct. So a few years ago, many offices in a certain European country were left empty as thousands of women left work at 2:38 p.m. in protest against an issue plaguing most countries today. A similar protest had happened in 2005, where the protesters left work at 2:05 p.m. Despite reformation, a disparity of 14 to 18% for an average 8-hour job persisted between men and women, prompting the subsequent protests. So, what were the women protesting, and what was the reason behind selecting these exact times? So, this is Team 1's direct. Pounce is open.
Is it direct to whom? Direct to whom? Direct to whom, please?
It's team 1 direct, correct?
Yeah, Team 1's direct.
Hint for the second part.
We are blocking hints.
It's one team, right?
Okay, any more blocks? Yeah, any more blocks? 2 has pounced, so
3 is
I guess
pounced.
they'll be blocking.
No, 2 is not really blocking. You can give this.
Fine. 3 is pound. 3 is
And
pounds.
you
1 is blocking.
QM, no rounds after this. Like 9 and 10 are the last two questions of the quiz.
Yeah. Fine. I see only 2 blocks. The reason for selecting these times.
4 is also blocking. 4 is also blocking.
Fine. I guess I can't give hints.
Is
4,
pounds
I'm
still
assuming
open?
you're pouncing. Yeah, pounce is open.
Yeah,
Pounce
but
is
I think
open for 10 more
yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
So waiting for 4 and 6 is pounce. Pounce is closed.
5 seconds.
6 is
5
pouncing.
seconds. 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. If you can move on if you want.
Oh, wait. He's not clear. Just a second. Our contact is not clear with our answer. He wants a clarification.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, he got it. You can move on.
Okay, team 1, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so basically we are saying this is a protest against unequal pay for men and women. The reason why in 2005 they got up from their seats at 205 was that meant they had already worked for 82% of the time, and therefore any extra minute of work would mean free work for them. And even after the reformation led to 4% extra pay, that meant only 33 more minutes, taking 8 hours as the 100%. And therefore they basically stood up at 238, which is when 86% of the time was over, because they didn't want to work for free. That's our answer.
Yeah, superb answer by team 1. That's the correct answer. So the women were protesting against gender pay disparity. So the 4% roughly translates to 33 minutes in an 8-hour working day. So working after that would basically mean they were working for free. So great answer by team 1. So last one, this is the last question of the quiz. Thank you all for attending the quiz. I hope you enjoyed. So the last question will again be the same thing. It's open pounce. Everybody can pounce without any legs. So feel free to pounce. So reviewers of this work compared its creator to a 19th century English social critic and praised him for his skill in understanding the psyche of a person, X, from a culture so alien to his. But according to X, the depiction is completely wrong and is libel against her and Flower Town. Though the creator is thankful to X for inspiration, X wants nothing to do with him or his work. In fact, he was even sued by X for breaching the promise of anonymity, which is very important in her line of work, due to the traditional code of silence. So we don't want X, we just want the work. So this is
Which work? The new work, not the old one.
no, there's only one work. It's open pounce, so feel free to pounce. Pounds will be open for 15 more seconds.
If no team's blocking, can you give hints?
Anyone blocking? I don't see any blocks. Okay. You can look at the last line, traditional code of silence. So think in which line of work is that very important.
So is this a single work with like one name, or is it a group of works, 3-4 works, something like that?
No, it's a single work.
And when you say work, is it like a profession or?
It's a work of art,
Yeah,
like
it's
some kind of project.
Project, okay.
Right. Yeah. You can also focus on Flower Town
yeah.
and a culture so alien to his own.
So just the work is needed.
Yeah. I'll be closing Pounce now. I hope everybody has pounced.
5-10 seconds. Give.
Yeah, this is everyone has to pounce, no?
Few more seconds.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, okay. Give
There
a
is
few
a
seconds, we will
negative.
count.
There is a negative.
No, there is no negative. I hope everybody has pounced.
No, team 1 hasn't pounced. Hold on. Anything. Yeah, team 1 has guessed.
Okay. Has everybody else guessed? Okay, I guess everybody has sent their pounces. So yeah, someone can shout out. Anyone? Anybody want to shout out their answers?
Tarot cards.
No.
Palmistry.
Memoirs of Magician.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Memoirs of Geisha.
Yeah. So geishas traditionally have a code of silence, and Flower Town, all that was indicating towards the geisha. So we'll be announcing the results the next 10 minutes. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed the 3 quizzes which we have hosted over the past 3 days.
You have one doubt.
Yeah.
How did you give marks for that saw question? You told you'll decide and tell later, no? There was a saw invention by a woman.
Okay, 1 minute.